Hello and welcome. This is Nichole, Sylvester, host of O-Shift Show, and I am so grateful to have you here. In this show, I'm going to invite you to open up to limitless possibility and live your best life right now. Not later, but now. This podcast is unedited to give you the realest talk on radical transformation. It's time to reclaim your power, own your worth, and say hell yes to the goodness that awaits. Let's get started. The community has asked, and I am now giving. That's right. There's a 5-day free money mindset challenge that's coming up on October 1st through October 5th. You want to tell your friends, you want to get your people involved, because here's the deal. Once you unlock your funky beliefs around lack and limitation when it comes to money, you want your friends, you want your tribe to be a part of that. You want them on board, because you guys doing this together, it totally opens up so much goodness for you guys. So that being said, you are going to have 5 days, Monday through Friday, with me. And we're going to dive into unraveling your beliefs around what it means to earn, to receive, to allow, to spend, to invest money. So here's the best news. You can actually get on the list right now and be signed up and ready to go before we start by heading over to my website right now, NicholeSylvester.com. And in case you haven't noticed, my name has an H in it, so it's Nichole. Head over there. As soon as you get onto the website, you're going to see it right up in your face, because I wanted to make it easy and make sure that no one missed it. So let me know that you've signed up. Send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, email, whatever. Let me know so I can look for your face when we do the live Zoom calls. It's going to be awesome. So check it. Money mindset and money in general can actually lead us into today's topic, stress. Oh my gosh, how many of you have ever been stressed over money? And it may not be because you're lacking it, right? You may have tens of thousands of dollars in your accounts, or maybe even six figures, but you may actually feel like it's not enough, or one day it's going to run out, or you get so freaked out by what's happening in the markets. Or maybe a fear of something happening to you and you not having enough money, right? But today is not just stress and money. It's about stress in general. So today's topic, stress, AKA I'm scared. Yes, yes, yes. So whether or not you agree with this, here's the deal. In 2016, I went down to a Costa Rican space called Rhythmia, and I did ayahuasca. I did it a few times, and on the second time I did it, I had this very clear message. When you are stressed, you are not stressed, you are scared. And I was like, whoa, that's true. That's so true. So I started looking at my life and where I felt like I held the most stress. Where did I get the overwhelm? Where did I get the pain? Where did I feel like I had to reach for the wine or the food? Or what do you reach for, right? When you say, oh my God, I'm so stressed. This is stressing me out. Oh my God, this is stressing me the fuck out. Like, what do you do? Who do you call? What is your stress pattern, right? I think some people think that I don't get stressed like that, because I tend to show up and I'm like, I play and I have fun. And my life these days, out of a 30-day period, there may be 1 or 2 days where I'm like, feeling something, going through it, intense. Whether it's hormones, whether it's something that's going on in my life, whether it's me not just feeling good. But it's a pretty great ratio. I'm okay with it. But I remember when it was the opposite, like most days would just be filled with stress, chaos, worry, feeling down, people getting on my nerves, strangers that aren't even doing a thing to me, people that I love, my daughter, right? Like, who gets like that, right? Just take a inventory of your life really quickly and see how many times you've been frustrated with people that you absolutely love for no really good reason. Like, there was no reason to get that upset or that stressed. But you see, the illusions and narratives of the mind can trick us. And if we're not aware and we're not being mindful, ding, ding, that mindfulness reminder, right? And doing that work day in and day out, we can get lost in those illusions. So when it comes to being stressed, how I know that I'm stressed is I start wanting to eat more when I'm not really hungry. I start wanting to drink wine or have a beer when I'm at dinner. And my true self, my highest self, not even my highest self, but just me on the average, I don't like drinking because when I do, it brings me down a few notches. Just because I'm normally like very high strung in a way of like high creativity, I have a lot of energy. For the most part, I like it. But I can tell when I'm in that space of like borderline overwhelm, and it's like, okay, let me check in. What's happening here? What's going on here? So today's podcast is an invitation for you to explore where that is in your life. There's so many people in the world who are just numbing out their life because there's so many things that have felt uncomfortable for so long that they just weren't really ready to make a change. So what's the other option? Numb out. And whether it is food, alcohol, sex, drugs, whatever you want to do, social media. As I tape this, I'm actually on a phone detox for 48 hours and I'm doing a social media detox. Today's Thursday up until Monday. Monday morning is when I can re-download the apps and re-log in on my computer and I can go back in. By then, I'll be like, I don't know if I want to because you create so much space and it feels relaxing in a way. But when you first do it, it's like, whoa, these are my addictions. These are my things that I go to. So the first thing that we want to look at when we look at stress, anxiety, overwhelm, feeling overloaded, is taking a deep breath or 3 and asking, what do I really feel right now? Because yes, you may be accustomed to anytime you feel anxious, anytime you feel excited, anytime you're feeling a little overwhelmed, you just call it stressed. But like, let's start digging in. What are these feelings really? You feel overwhelmed. Okay. Well, how many obligations are on your plate? What's the story about what you can't let go of? What's the story about who else needs you? What's the story about why they need you? Just examining the stories. So the stories are so important because these stories are like puppeteers of our minds and we want to regain control. And when I say regain control, it's not because we want to gain control over everything, but when I say regain control, I guess it would be let go of all that isn't ours. And that's where we take our power back. By simplifying, by looking at really what's there. So, okay, so you have all these obligations. You have all these stories about who needs you, why they need you. Okay, well, what's beneath that? Well, if I tell Sue that I can't do this with her tomorrow, she might be mad at me. And I just don't want to have that conversation. Okay, well, why don't you want to have that conversation? What if she is upset? Can you tell her how you feel? Well, if I tell her how I feel, she may not talk to me. Or she may at least be mad at me for a few weeks. And you're scared of losing love. You're scared of losing acceptance. You're scared that you won't be liked. You see, it's going down into why you're scared. Now, when I look at me, who I love to create things, I love for them to be successful. I love for them to do what I would like them to do. But that's not always the case. And for me, when I'm creating, especially things that really matter to me and that I feel a lot of passion behind it, sometimes what happens is I start feeling a stress around it. And what I know is that stress really isn't meant for me. It's not because of the project. It's really because I'm afraid, my ego's afraid too, mostly, that if I don't do this the right way, that people won't like me. That my community will be like, well, she sucks. Someone else is better than her. Or the people that are out there hating on me are going to be like, yeah, I knew she couldn't do it. You know, it's like those kind of things. So then I'm just going back into my truth, like, none of that really matters. None of those reasons are the truth as to why I create. I create because divinity is asking me to birth this book, project, program, event, whatever it is. Can that be good enough? And you see the stress or the fear, the I'm scared, it dissolves. And I remember feeling this when it came to me around money issues. And nowadays, like, I don't really feel that the same. It feels different. Like, well, I have this amount of money that I can invest in this thing that I want to invest in. It's kind of scary, but I think I can create it. And then my ego gets involved. And then, yeah, sometimes fear and things like that come through. But again, it's using the same questioning, getting down to the root of it. But for some people, they're out there worried, is there going to be enough for me to eat? Is there going to be enough for me to go to school or get my kids to school or get to childcare? Whatever it is. But I got to let you know that creating from fear, from stress, from being scared, whether you're creating a beautiful sculpture or whether you're creating a new lifestyle for yourself or a new circumstance in your life by getting a new job, it's not going to be as powerful. It's not going to be all that it really could be if you allowed yourself the space to nurture and mother or father yourself in the space of I'm scared. So I share this just as a short episode on something that I find is really important. One thing I want you to know is that it's important to have your tools in place. Tools in place are everything. And as you grow, you will have more tools. Right? Like I always share this with my private clients. I ask them, what do you do when you get stressed? What do you do when you feel fear? What do you do when you feel like I want to give up or I'm uncomfortable and you're upper limiting? And they tell me, and I'm like, is this the same thing you've been doing for, since last year, 3 years ago? Like add some new tools in there, stretch yourself because the new you is going to require new tools, new ways to manage and navigate your new awareness. Because that's what's happening as we grow. We become more and more aware. So talking about tools, some of the tools that I love is I get deep tissue massages. Here's why I get deep tissue. Because I really feel, and it's been proven in a lot of ways, that our body holds trauma, our body holds stress. And when I'm feeling all of these sensations, I'm like, I got to get that deep tissue massage. I want them to rub me out. And I feel that this person moving, intentionally on my body like this is releasing and letting go of energies that are no longer serving me. It's signaling to my body that it's time to let go. So I love that. Of course, working out. I love SoulCycle. I now have a trainer. Jumping on a trampoline is amazing. Guys, there's no excuse not to have a mini trampoline because they're like $30 on Amazon, but there's also ones that are amazing that are like $300. Choose one that serves you and jump. Jump to music that you love. Shake it out. Chanting, I love. Kirtan, I love. But also having someone to share this with. So it's finding the people that you trust. Now, it could be one of your friends that you trust. But having mentors in the space of spirituality and professional space is so important. Here's why. As you're growing your business, your friends that have been your friends forever, and some of them may be living a totally different life. They're not going to understand the stress that you have from paying taxes on $300,000 a year all of a sudden, right? They may not understand that, or they may not have been there to be like, let's just celebrate that because, hello, you made $300,000 this year. Or it's like, I have this stress because I'm creating this thing and I feel so vulnerable and I never put myself out there like this before. What if it doesn't work? Some of your friends might not know what that's like. So that's the importance of having a mentor, having a business mentor, a spiritual mentor. Therapy works for some people. So just having someone to talk to. You got to own the feelings before they own you. Let that sink in. You've got to own the feelings before they own you. Because you can pretend it's not there and you can do all this love and lighting trying to mask your fear. But when you feel stress, know that you're scared. There's some sort of fear. Maybe that it's not that you're not enough. Maybe it's that you don't have enough time. Whatever it is, know this. It's really not that important. There may be like 1% out of all things that are like, yes, it's life or death. But for everything else, it's not even going to matter next year. It's not even going to matter next month. Maybe next week. Maybe tomorrow. So can you come back to yourself? Give yourself some space. Give yourself some grace. And be really honest about what you feel. And what I found is that when I say how I feel, it starts moving. It starts moving because I'm not trying to move through life acting like it's not there, letting it become more heavy, more compounded. So I'm sending so much love out to all of you that are right now, maybe today, maybe it was last night, maybe it will be tomorrow, that you find yourself in the space of feeling like I'm stressed. Say it with me. I am too blessed to be stressed. When you start from that space anyway, life starts opening up for you. And one other tool that I've learned is to laugh at all the funky stuff. Laugh at it. Laugh at it because there's always some sort of humor in things going wrong. It's like hilarious how it happens. But even the other day, there were so many things in a sequence that seemed to be going wrong, and I just had to stop and laugh about it. Because I got pissed for a second, but then I started laughing. It was like, phone wasn't working, I missed something, and then I come home and I'm juicing celery and the back of the juicer wasn't connected properly. Celery shoots all over the side of the wall, and I'm just like, you know what? This is funny. And I start talking to myself because if you are in my home, you find that I talk to myself a lot. How about you? But you know what? I'm okay with it. But all of these are ways that we just navigate being human. Hello, we're all a part of this human experience, and it's what you make of it. So let's make the best of it. And don't forget to go sign up for that 5-day money mindset challenge. If you love this episode and it helped you, let me know, because I love to hear your shifts from the show. But also, don't forget to go and share this with someone you love, because I just know that in all of our lives, there's someone out there that is feeling like they're at the end of the rope, that they're stressed, that they're overwhelmed, they don't know if they're going to make it, they don't know how the hell they're going to make it. And this could be just beautiful nourishment for them, a reminder to shake it off, laugh it off, and step back in to your truth. Bye, my friends. And that is how we shift, my friends. Before you go, I want to remind you to take time and celebrate your progress today. No matter where you are on your path, you're showing up for yourself. I know it because you're listening to this podcast. I'm so glad we got to spend this time together today. And you know I love to hear your shifts from the show. Don't forget, your review means the world to me on iTunes. Please leave a review, subscribe, and share with your favorite people. If you're ready for more, head over to my website and download my free 5-day Access Your Abundance meditation series. This series has been changing lives all year. Now it's your turn. Until next time, live your best life.